I'm wearing the biggest wings I've ever worn tonight, so, and they're a little bit technically advanced, that's all I'm gonna say, so.
Once a $7 billion empire, Victoria's Secret was the ultimate symbol of glamorous lingerie. But by 2019, it had become a controversial brand plagued by scandals, toxic culture, and outdated beauty standard. Viewership for its iconic fashion show plummeted, and competitors like Savage x Fenty captured its market share with inclusivity. The brand faced lawsuits, massive store closures, and leadership changes. Now, after years of trying to rebrand, Victoria's Secret is attempting a bold comeback. But can it truly reclaim its lost glory? The Victoria's Secret fashion show is back. After a 6-year break, the iconic lingerie brand made a spectacular return in October 2024 at the Brooklyn Navy Yard in New York. And what a show it was! Filled with supermodels, wings, glitter, and lots of surprises.
One thing we're doing in the show, we have some archival heritage pieces included. This is from 2018. We added elements to make it more red carpet worthy, i.e. a suede tour, et cetera, et cetera.
True personality, that it comes out.
They love when you showcase your personality, so I'm planning on giving a lot of personality.
The energy in the room was electric, with top models like Gigi and Bella Hadid, Anok Yai, Iman Hammam, and even the legendary Kate Moss, who made her Victoria's Secret debut at 50 years old.
Entertainment performance tonight on stage at the Victoria's Secret's fashion show.
It's so special, so empowering, Cher, come on, we're watching Cher perform.
But this year's show marked a new chapter for the brand. The theme of the night was clear: diversity and inclusivity. From models of different ages, sizes, and backgrounds, to an all-female musical lineup that included Lisa from Blackpink, Tyla, and the one and only Cher. The show was determined to show a new Victoria's Secret. The big question on everyone's mind, though, will this rebrand actually work?
Look on, then we put the wings on, and then the squealing began.
She
squeals and it was
dream.
priceless and precious.
She's just trying to make all the girls feel confident and comfortable. It's pretty natural, but a little bit of an edge, kind of lighter, blushness.
The reaction from the audience was mixed. Some loved the comeback, praising the brand's efforts to be more inclusive. Others felt it wasn't enough.
I think, I'm so happy. I still work with Victoria's Secret, and I've been a part of the brand for 10 years. And I've seen the shift that they've made and the changes that they're trying to make. And to me, it's
There were cheers when models like Tyra Banks, Alessandra Ambrosio, and Adriana Lima, all former Angels, returned to the runway, but some criticism lingered. The brand has promised change, but it's clear that they're still navigating how to balance their original fantasy with today's evolving social standard.
It was surreal for me.
right.
After 10 years, though, you did decide to leave.
But today, I don't know if I should have. Maybe it would have been okay.
Now let's take a look at why Victoria's Secret disappeared in the first place. Victoria's Secret wasn't just a lingerie brand. It was a cultural phenomenon. At its height, Victoria's Secret represented a very specific kind of fantasy, one defined by ultra-thin models, sparkly angel wings, and a glamorous runway. The brand's annual fashion show was a global event, peaking at 12.4 million viewers in 2021. But as early as 2015, cracks started to show. While other brands began embracing diversity, Victoria's Secret stubbornly held on to its old formula. It became clear that times were changing, and Victoria's Secret wasn't. In 2018, the brand faced a particularly rough year. Sales were in decline, and by the end of the year, CEO Jan Singer resigned after 2 years of struggling to turn things around. Meanwhile, Chief Marketing Officer Ed Razek made headlines for all the wrong reasons.
Victoria's Secret resigned in the wake of a host of controversies, and that was all before the company's CEO received this damning letter from more than 100 models demanding action.
In an interview with Vogue, he stated that the brand wouldn't hire transgender or plus-size models because it didn't fit the fantasy of the show. This statement sparked immediate backlash. Fans and critics labeled the brand as out of touch and exclusionary. Many believed it confirmed what they had long suspected. Victoria's Secret catered to a narrow, outdated ideal of beauty. While Victoria's Secret was struggling, Rihanna's Savage X Fenty was thriving.
With lingerie, it gets tricky, so I wanted to do something that was special and new and different and unique, and I think we managed to kind of accomplish that.
The brand launched in 2018, promising inclusivity and representation for all body types.
All women enjoy being fun and sexy and flirty and feeling comfortable, and I wanted Savage X to be a place for them to feel safe in finding that.
Its runway shows featured models of all sizes, races, and gender identities.
I'd never done anything like this. This is completely different. This is like from scratch.
Women wanted to see models who looked like them, not just supermodels. As a result, Victoria's Secret felt stale to the next vibrant, empowering image of Savage X Fenty. Customers began flocking to Rihanna's brand, further driving Victoria's Secret's decline. By 2019, Victoria's Secret's stock price had plummeted by 40%, and the company announced it would close 53 stores across the U.S. The decision to cancel the annual fashion show, which had run for 23 years, signaled a turning point. It wasn't just a shift in marketing. It was an admission that the brand needed a serious overhaul. The damage was done. Victoria's Secret had become a symbol of fashion's narrow beauty standard, leaving it vulnerable to competitors that embrace diversity. And then we have more scandals and resignations. The controversy surrounding the company's leadership didn't end with Ed Razek's comments. In August 2019, Razek resigned following a disastrous year for the brand. Not only was the company under pressure to evolve, but there was also growing frustration among shareholders. Activist investor Barrington Capital Group pushed for changes, demanding a refresh of the company's board, dominated by men, and a more modern approach to marketing. In early 2020, Victoria's Secret's problems deepened. The New York Times published an exposé detailing allegations of misogyny and harassment within the company.
He was picking up my skirt, kind of like lifting it up a little bit, and started to touch my hips and my butt, and kind of groping me.
Ed Razek, who has been influential in shaping the brand's image for over 15 years, was accused of inappropriate behavior towards models and staff. This revelation dealt another blow to Victoria's Secret's reputation, confirming suspicions that the brand was stuck in a toxic past.
Is looking into alleged harassment at Victoria's Secret, a company run by L Brands, with the CEO being Les Wexner.
Things got worse for Wexner too. In February 2020, he announced plans to step down as CEO of L Brands. There were also talks of selling Victoria's Secret to Sycamore Partners, a private equity firm, for $525 million. But in April, Sycamore backed out of the deal, citing pandemic-related reasons. Wexner finally stepped down in May, but retained a role as chairman emeritus. The financial toll on Victoria's Secret was undeniable. The brand's operating income had already fallen by 2/3 between 2015 and 2018. By 2019, it had reported an operating loss of $892 million. The company's core product, bras, was also losing ground as women shifted towards bralettes and sports bras, which were more comfortable and versatile.
Victoria's Secret is permanently closing 250 of its 1,070 stores in the U.S. and Canada.
But Victoria's Secret wasn't just battling a changing market. It was also trying to survive legal battles. In June 2020, a shareholder filed a lawsuit against the company, accusing it of ignoring reports of harassment and discrimination. The lawsuit claimed that the brand's toxic culture led to its financial downfall and tarnished its reputation beyond repair. Meanwhile, another lawsuit was filed in January 2021, alleging that Wexner, Razek, and other executives fostered a culture of misogyny, bullying, and harassment. Desperate to survive, Victoria's Secret tried to rebrand. In 2021, the company announced new partnerships with figures like Megan Rapinoe, Priyanka Chopra, and Naomi Osaka, all chosen to represent a more diverse and modern image.
But ultimately, even if you're just wearing them on their own, they're comfortable with something you can move in, you feel like free in it. People should never wear something they don't like or they don't feel comfortable in.
The brand also introduced new spokeswomen, focusing on women's empowerment rather than the male gaze. Additionally, it rebranded its stores, redesigned products, and hired Martin Waters as the new CEO. In August 2021, L Brands spun off Victoria's Secret into an independent, publicly traded company, VS & Co. For a moment, it seemed like the brand was finding its footing again.
Victoria's Secret, and they announced that this morning. Its board of directors unanimously approving that plan to separate into two independent public companies.
Sales in 2021 improved, fueled by pandemic-driven shortages and a surge in online shopping. The company reported sales growth across all 3 completed quarters that year, but the comeback wasn't consistent. By 2022, sales had started to weaken again, and by mid-2023, net sales were down 6%. The stock price also dropped by 47% year to date. It was largely due to changing consumer tastes and rising competition. Aside from Savage x Fenty, Skims, launched by Kim Kardashian, quickly gained popularity. Both brands offered products that prioritized comfort and inclusivity, something Victoria's Secret struggled to embrace genuinely. Even lower-cost brands like Walmart took market share from the lingerie giant, while some praised the efforts of Victoria's Secret to include more diverse models. Others criticized it as a performative act to save a sinking ship. Many felt the changes were too little, too late. On platforms like TikTok and Instagram, opinions were split. Some celebrated the wider range of models, while others missed the bombshell era of Victoria's Secret, longing for the glitzy, over-the-top fantasy that once defined the brand. So what's next for Victoria's Secret moving forward? Well, despite the massive setbacks, the company is still far from dead. Under CEO Martin Waters, the brand has seen some digital growth through partnerships with Amazon and its $400 million acquisition of Adore Me in early 2023. The international division has also reported double-digit sales growth.
Victoria's Secret launched about 120 of their beauty products across fragrances, lotions, body scrubs, and your favorite body washes via a new storefront on Amazon.
Fast forward to 2024, and the brand is trying to flip the script. With a new leadership team, Victoria's Secret is attempting to reshape its image. They promised the comeback show would be different, more diverse, more inclusive, and more in tune with modern values. The return of the runway show was their biggest move yet, aimed at reclaiming some of their lost market share.
We did just show my oldest son the Muppet Show, where Miss Piggy is trying to be a high fashion supermodel.
But it wasn't just the models who got people talking. It was the casting choices. Seeing models like Alex Consani, a trans model, and Ashley Graham, a renowned body activist, was a major shift for Victoria's Secret. Graham said she was hesitant to join at first, but was convinced by the promise of extended sizes and true representation on the runway.
So happy that Ashley Graham is gracing the runway. I've been waiting for this moment for her to get her wings, so I'm very excited to be here.
This comeback is a risky move. Victoria's Secret used to draw 12.4 million viewers at its peak. Now, it's trying to win back a skeptical audience. It's clear that the brand is taking steps in the right direction, but the question remains: can they genuinely connect with the more diverse, socially aware customers of today?
It's something that I kind of didn't think would happen and was kind of surprised when it did.
Even as the show dazzled, the hard work is far from over. Victoria's Secret needs more than a flashy runway to regain trust. Will that be enough? Can it really adapt to today's expectations around beauty and diversity? Or has it arrived just too late? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.